Okay, howdy everybody, welcome back. Welcome. It's Cataclysm time. Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. That's this game we're gonna play. We've done it once or twice. Let's just hang out for a bit while we wait for some others to show up. And then we'll start rolling off a new challenge. The Adventures of Dr. Doogie Funkenstein. Uh-oh.
Hi, Vorm. Cataclysm time is best time. Vormit Hulk, Vormit Migo, Vormit Z-Dog, Vormit Moose, Vormit Greedy Z-Dog.
The mandated naming conventions on those still make me laugh. I don't choose to put Vormit in front of that. They force it on there. Another bald character? I don't care about the I don't care about that stuff. I'm a function over form guy. Fine, what do you want? I don't care. Shall we let's see. What's Dr. Doogie got? Definitely not a fro. Definitely not a mohawk. Probably just a shortcut, medium. Not a crew cut. I don't know. I think a bald mad scientist sounds fine. Let's do, let's say he's scared himself, prematurely white-haired. We'll go short white hair. And he's too young to manage a beard. We'll say, blue eyes. Anything else down here? Skin tone. He's cave white. Cave fish white. There you go. There you go. You happy? I went to that side of the screen. As soon as I put a hat on, you're not going to notice or care. Now, I decided not to do mutations this run. We're going to focus on the CBM stuff again. Because I haven't played with any of the Bionic stuff in quite a while, and I figured the Bionic Monster I haven't done in a really long time either. I want to revisit it and see how bad it is. And, you know, I made it worse for myself, because we're going to do my favorite, try to remove a bunch of Bionics while frail and I won't say low strength, but you know, frail. So we're gonna have like 34, 35 hit points, and I'm assuming failing removal still like hurts a lot. So it's always fun to do bionic removals with super low hit point characters. So yeah, we're gonna be frail, glass jaw, overweight, super tall, super young. All those fun things I've been playing with recently, and we're going to try to remove a bunch of bad bionics. This is also going to stress test trying to train up the healthcare skill. I pumped it as high as I could manage and still keep a decent type of character in the character build system. So I got it up to 5, but it's always been a problem getting it higher than that. You got to find some fairly exotic materials because there's very few recipes that you can actually learn to craft to get practical experience in healthcare, and you can't do any practicing up above like 3 or 4. I forget exactly where it caps out. So we'll see what we can do there. But yeah, it's been a little while since I focused on the CBM stuff. We'll also give another whack at the Exodii, see if we can get anywhere with that once again. Last attempt didn't go so well due to no faults of mine. Game just, you know, that stuff was broke. So, in my game anyway. We'll give that another try. We'll poke at the Exodii. We'll poke at the Bionic stuff. We'll keep testing my super tall, super heavy, super young character stamina. A few things. We're checking a few things out. I believe the Exodii can remove CBMs. That's part of what we're going to find out. So, I have no practical experience with the Exodii because every time I've tried to touch those, it's been busted. So, I'm going to try it for a third time. It was busted the first time. It was busted the second time. We'll give it a third attempt. And now that some more updates and time has rolled by. So yeah. And I just don't remember a lot of this stuff, so I wanted to give it another shot. The game world is it's kind of middling difficult, but I mean it all depends on what kind of character you've got and all that kind of stuff, and how much danger you physically put yourself in. But we'll see what happens. It's going to be a fast evolution, all that stuff. You can see in the settings what I've got it set on. I think it was what standard zombie count, so I didn't move that. Half items, which is fairly standard for me. Double speed evolution, so 2.0 evolution multiplier. 30 days of evolution already occurring, so I did a day 30 Cataclysm, then a 30-day wait. So our standard day 61 start, but with 30 days elapsed at double speed, meaning essentially 60 days have gone by evolution-wise. So we should have some pretty fun zombies out there. Nothing too horrifying in too large a quantity quite yet, but that'll change rapidly with the double speed evolution. So I can't dawdle. There will be no dawdling, which is a problem whenever you have to do a lot of training and you know, leveling up and skilling and all that kind of stuff. So for a smart character who relies on brain power, that's always an issue. But yeah, the general goal is to get to a point where hopefully we've removed all negative bionics and installed a few positive ones, and we'll go from there. If we get to that point and we're still alive, we'll find some way to go out, or depending on how much fun we're having, we'll see. We'll kind of adjust from there. But my standard game goal with Bionic Monster starts is to try to get rid of all the negative bionics before they kill me. I don't know how do these still kill you now? I remember, is it Leaky that just kills your health stat, but we're already XXXL, so I figure those are semi irrelevant till I lose the weight. They're doing the same thing, but I thought there was one. Wasn't there an acid one, or is it on one of the other types? I don't see the acid one. It's not the short circuit one. Not endocrine. I don't know. I have memory of an acid one, and it was always a test which one you took out first, that one or the leaky. But I haven't done enough bionic starts since they took out all the bionics from the standard game and put them on their own mod. So that's another reason why we're going to revisit. So yeah, that's the plan. Dr. Doogie Funkenstein, you know, a teenage mad genius, mad scientist who unfortunately couldn't bring himself to experiment on others, so he experimented on himself poorly, as you can see. And he's going to try to, you know, fix those problems he created for himself. And hopefully go talk to the Exodii and learn how to do it for reals. All right, let me jump through chat real quick, see if anybody said anything that is radically important. No. Yeah, Exodii are a new NPC faction. In a nutshell, they're basically visitors from another dimension. They're interdimensional visitors, and on their world, it was a high-tech, CBM-savvy world, so they're now in our world trying to escape their own cataclysm, I guess. I don't know all the storyline behind them, if there is any. But they're actually a faction, kind of like the Hub. So they're very CBM-centric. All the CBM stuff is being shuffled their direction over time. It's a work in progress. It's still got a ways to go. Yeah, I mean, they're technically still in the game. You just have to enable the Bionic Professions mod. So all the Bionic stuff, because they knew that the whole Bionic stuff was being retconned, meaning the source and background story and so on is being adjusted, then they put them in a mod to get them out of the main core game. I assume the Bionic Professions thing will go away once they've got them fully integrated and all the systems are working well and they've finished their whole transition part of it. So it's just, I guess, a temporary thing probably. And or they switched it before they made that decision. I don't know. It's been a while that it's been this way. I don't profess to know all the reasonings behind why they do things certain ways. But it's still available. I mean, go to one screen, push a button, you have your Bionics. So it's not like you have to go download a third-party mod or anything. All right. So yeah, there you go. So that's the character build. Average strength, tiny blip on dex. I did pick a martial arts training. We're gonna go with Aikido. I haven't done Aikido in quite a while. I think I'm interested to see how defensively protective Aikido is for our poor, fragile Bionic Monster. So we're gonna try out Aikido, see how it works with the Bionic Monster setup. So that'll be the choice there. I'm a little curious. I don't know if my melee is going to come out where I want it. I want my melee to end up at melee 5, but if I have 0 here in unarmed combat, it says here I have melee 3 and 31%, which I assume is part of the martial arts training being automated. But when I do this, and I say put 2 points more into unarmed combat, I don't get an equivalent bump here. So I'm not sure if I'm going to just start with 3 and 31%, and I am wasting a skill point here. If they're not allowing it, or what's going to happen. So I don't know. I don't know why that would work that way, and if it did, it should warn you that you're about to just waste skill points. But we'll find out, I guess. I suspect I'm going to land with 3 instead of 5, which is bad because we got 2 tough levels of unarmed combat to learn at that point. That we're not going to get the special abilities at the higher end of the Aikido chain. So, again, I don't know if it's intended to do that or if it will do that. So we might fudge things a bit when we start. And I'll bump my unarmed to 5 regardless. Depending on my own opinion on whether that's a bug or a feature. Yeah, so other major parts of our setup here are frail and glass jawed. So we're gonna have a lot less hit points, probably 35, 36 hit points range. Actually, is it 50% from frail? Because 8 strength gives 84, so it should be 42. And then the head will be a little less because of the glass jaw. Yeah, but we're going to have really low hit points. Notice I do not have imperceptive healer trait on this one, so we've actually got fast healer. So I'm hoping it provides me an interesting situation where I have a low overall hit point pool available, but it regens really quickly, at least for my perspective, because I'm so used to playing imperceptive healer characters. Like 90% of my runs are imperceptive healer characters. So I'm really used to slow, horrifying healing rates. So I'm hoping I have some interesting trade-offs and circumstances where I choose to engage in fights in certain ways or things like that in regards to using my hit point pool appropriately. I got to really, really watch out for big damage fights. But hopefully I can have a lot of little ones and then recover not instantly, but recover quickly and then get back out there again. So I'm kind of curious how that's going to work. Yeah, I think that's enough to know. So let's go ahead and get this thing fired up. So, you know, actual gameplay will start in about 15 minutes for the future YouTube folks in a couple weeks. Let's hit tab. I think it's all set. Dr. Doogie, 200 centimeters, the max. Mage, the min. And blood type doesn't matter as far as I'm aware yet. It's just a standard, by the way, evac shelter start. Evac shelter, Bionic Monster. I looked at doing the Lost in the Woods one, but the points don't work as well. And every time I've tried the the Wandering the Woods start, it literally puts me in the middle of nowhere, and it's a really boring start because I'm just walking through the woods. I'm just walking through grasslands, hoping not to encounter like dragonflies for quite a while. I'd rather start and get the points and start here in the Evacuee and get things moving a little quicker. So that's why we've selected that one as opposed to any other. I couldn't find, I don't know if there are any other versions of starts. Isn't there? Did they take out the one where you start in the basement? I think there's one that you start in the basement, and I forgot which one that was, but I don't think you can pick Bionic Monster from that start. I think the Bionic Monster variant is relegated to just a couple of starts. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So we'll be in the good old evac shelter. Man, I'm trying to remember the last time I started in an evac shelter. It's been a little while. Hopefully it's an evac shelter, you know, surrounded by wasp nests. Actually, I haven't had as many problems with wasps lately. Is it because, well, we did the mega city? Don't worry, I'll get back to complaining about them. All right, let's jump in. Are you sure you're finished? I sure hope so. And we're going with Aikido, Japanese martial art focused on self-defense while maintaining injury to the attacker. It uses defensive throws and disarms, but its techniques lack offensive power. Yep, it's all about blocking, dodging, throwing the other guy around, knocking him down, but it doesn't have a lot of direct increased damage type stuff. So it's very defensive style. So I'm kind of curious as well there. All right, let's pick it. And I did get an error on loading the game world. I didn't read it really closely, so we might, you know, have an issue. It's possible we'll have an issue. Oh, hey there, guys. Am I on the right graphics? That looks weird to me. Yep, Chibi-Ultica. All right, just looks weird to me. Hey there, random NPC that I never deal with. Increase storage capacity by 250. I think that's what, my power capacity. Yeah, that's my power. All right, let's look at our map. Very first thing, look at that. Out in the middle of nowhere. Evac shelters are supposed to be next to a city. I see the road diverge here. Is the city like right here? Because that's about as, that's pretty distant to not even see the city on the starting screen for the evac shelter. That's a little odd. There better be a city right here. You don't get evac shelters without a city right next here, next door. But that's definitely a safe distance if you're looking for an evac shelter far enough from the city not to get the hordes showing up. Did my auto pickup turn on again somehow? Did it? No, auto pickup false. Damn near everything that says auto should be false, except autosave. I don't have auto pickup turned on. I don't have auto features turned on. I don't have auto notes turned on. That's more preference than danger. But yeah, I don't have almost any of the auto stuff turned on. Too many occasions where it's gotten me killed or very nearly gotten me killed. Alrighty. Yeah, alright. Yeah, things are fine. So my autosave is on. Oh, I do gotta check. Alright, so I got that off. Cool. I had it turned on briefly because somebody was trying to educate me and they were wrong. Well, auto pickup can say enabled. It doesn't matter as long as the top one is false. What do you mean auto pickup said enabled? If you mean here or any of these, it's irrelevant as long as this one says false. You got to turn this one on for any of these to be activated. With this one false, doesn't matter what these say. All right, we're good. We're good. What gear do we start with? I didn't really pay attention to that. We have noise-canceling headgear because we don't like the sound of our own squeaky parts, apparently. Hand wraps, hat, cargo shorts. Funkenstein's monster lurching around in cargo shorts and a cotton hat. It just, the thought of it makes me chuckle. Okay. So let's check the important stuff. Hey there, unarmed combat that did not bump up to 5. What the hell? It's either broke or broke. Either way, it's broke. They either should have bumped it, or they should have told me it wasn't going to bump it, and should have just graded out or put a note on it or something. But I literally just tossed points at something that did absolutely nothing. Not a fan of that, because I would have reoriented the character in some way in order to get that 5 for Aikido. It's very important, because if we go look at Aikido, we are not going to be able to do... We get the arm block. That's no big deal. Those are passive. Intermediate Aikido, 3 out of 3. We're not getting advanced Aikido, so we're not getting this one because we're only at 3 instead of 5. So we're losing a dodge, we're losing a block, or the bonuses to the dodge and the block. Block effectiveness is lowered. We get fluid dodging. We get that one. We get that one. We get that one. There's so many. Aikido's got a lot of stuff going on. Is it just advanced Aikido we lose? I think it's just advanced, but... No, we lost that one too. We lost the disarming throw block. Have I thought about doing Elden Ring? I have not really thought about doing Elden Ring. I have not... I've played maybe an hour of Souls-like games in my entire gaming career. It's just not a gaming style that I have a lot of, I don't know, interest in. I have no idea if my current audience would be interested in seeing me flail about in Elden Ring. But that would be a lot of what I'd be doing, would be flailing. Oh yeah, see, we're missing these too. Yeah, I'm not happy. I'm not sure what to do about this. Do I just manually bump it to 5 right here at the start? Or do I restart and go back and recreate the character knowing now that it's going to do that? Let's re-roll it. So world, Funkenstein, reset world, yes, new game, preset, Funkenstein 2. Let's go back and adjust the character. I still consider it broke. That you should not be able to select things that have no function. I just don't know which way it's broke. It's broken some way. I just don't know what the intention is. Because they've given me, if you just arrived, I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So if I've got 2 points in unarmed combat. If I take those back, which only cost me 1 point, the first point you spend in skills gives you 2 levels. But if you notice here, unarmed combat, 3. But if I go put this here for 2 more points of unarmed combat, it's not showing up here. So 3, 31%. So it's something to do with the way they've got the background set up. And I assume I'm getting those skills from the martial arts selection here. Unarmed combat competent. But it's bad the way it's presented. I mean, it may be intentional that it works this way, but if so, it's very poorly represented on the interface and what the consequences are going to be. So, yeah. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how that's supposed to do. Need DX12 to run it? I don't know. Is a 3080 considered old at this point? Yes, I play Cataclysm mostly on an RTX 3080. So, I don't know. I mean, spending 4 points, getting the unarmed, the melee, a little bit of skill points, but then it's not letting me choose that other one. So, I can't have that. I gotta find... Now I gotta find 2 points, basically. No, I gotta find more than that, because if I'm gonna... If this isn't raising it... I don't know, this is weird, because now it's gonna force me... I can't get my unarmed combat to 5 without manually bumping this way up. Is it gonna change at all, even if I negative this? I mean, if I go to there... I mean, now I'm at 4. So, I mean... Yeah, I mean, it's... That seems really misleading and broken. I ain't no way I'm going to come up with 5 points on this build the way it is currently. Basically, I have to trash my healthcare in order to get the unarmed combat up for Aikido. I need the healthcare for the, you know, the theme and such. Because I got nothing else to take out. Fast healer's the only positive trait I took. Other than that, I'm stealing from stats. I can only steal so many. Yeah, I mean, these are modded. These are coming from the other one. It shows the actual +3, which is the level I did start at, I believe. So I think the same thing is happening, though. I mean, if I chose that, so here it says we have 333, a little extra in melee. If I bump melee and then go check, I'm still sitting. Well, no. Hey now. What the hell?
Hey Vorm.
That one bumped.
Cataclysm.
Now, if unarmed is the only one that doesn't bump, I'm gonna call foul, and I'm gonna go with my just add 2. It didn't make any sense to me at all. Anyway, I mean, if they're just giving me XP, but it gets me to 3 levels, then adding 2 more levels should get me to level 5, regardless. I mean, it doesn't make any sense either way you go. Yeah, I think unarmed's busted, so let's check them all. Piercing weapons, does that bump me to 5? It does. Yeah, it's just unarmed that it's doing it to. Dodge bumps to 5. All right, I'm going with the way I had it. I had it perfectly fine. We're going with unarmed combat 2. It's ripping me off. I'm not getting my 2 levels of unarmed combat like I am with all the other skills. So we're going in and we're gonna mod my character and give myself 5 unarmed combat because this is broke. If it's not broke, somebody will have to, you know, prove it to me or tell me. But I don't care. It appears broke from all the interface information and testing I can do currently. So we will leave things alone here, except for I need to make these change back again. Dr. Doogie Funkenstein. And, oops, no. Doogie is max height. And minimum age. And that's the only things I need to toggle, right? We got Dr. Doogie. We've spent all our points. No points left. Yeah, we're good. All right, so we're going to jump in, and I'm going to manually upgrade my unarmed combat to 5, because that's bullcrap. Broke. All right, let's get a new map. Now we won't have our wonderful isolated evac shelter. Aikido, please. All right, well, there we go. Different map, of course. And this is how it usually is. I'm sure that other map had the city right off to the side, because you don't get evac shelters without a proximity to city. Is there any reason to choose blood type? Not yet, I don't think. I mean, we do have a blood loss system in play, but I don't think blood types are involved yet. And eventually we're going to have transfusions, and blood type will matter, and things like that. But currently, I don't think it makes any difference. I don't think it has any gameplay effect. All right, so we've got our map. Let's go in and mod the character real quick. Edit player, don't care. Yes, me. Edit skills, and we're going unarmed combat 5, which is where it should be. All right, there we go. Now we are properly set up. We are a morbidly obese, Aikido, frail, glass-jawed, young, mad scientist type. You know, as you are. Okay, we're good. Now we can finally start playing in the actual game. So I don't remember all these CBMs. Let's see, what was the key? That was the key. So these are our active. We got metabolic interchange that burns calories, which we have a few of, and you know, yay. So we can burn calories for power, so that'll keep us going for quite a bit. Taste modifier, I have never cared. Adrenaline pump, fine. We can manually pump some adrenaline. We have bionic claws. We have a water extraction unit, not usually something I care about either. Here's the problem side, though. So this makes us ugly. Short circuit shocks us and stuns us for random periods of short amount of time every once in a while. Here, I'll bring up the information. Poorly wired bionic, which fails to serve its intended purpose. This malfunctioning device periodically short circuits, causing systemic muscle tremors. Endocrine innovator. So this makes me tired. So we're going to get tired a lot faster. This is actually a good one. So 3 synthetic stomachs, industrial grade intestines. You can extract more nutrition from food, but you're highly resistant to foodborne illnesses and can sometimes eat rotten food. Not going to come into play for quite a while for our XXXL mad scientist. The leaky bionic. Bad for your health. It's leaking compounds into my bloodstream. It's bad. It dumps your health stat, but we're already at the minimum, so who cares? That's not going to take effect or make any difference or matter until we shed some weight. Motor control overstimulator. So this one stuns me for a short period of time. That's the normal power storage. Self-locking thumbs increases our hand encumbrance, so we're going to have 10 hand encumbrance, period, while failing to improve your ability to hold objects whatsoever. So, yeah, it's bad. It's just encumbrance. Squeaky ankles, we make noise when we move, so we're not going to be a ninja. Visual disruption, this will cause, you know, hallucination type stuff. Voice remodulator, don't really care. NPCs will care. I don't know how the Exodii is going to react to my being ugly and have a weird voice. And then wire-induced stiffness, so increased encumbrance across our body as well. Yeah, so if we look at encumbrance, actually let's do this. Drop it all, get naked. There you go. There's our encumbrance while naked. That's the easiest and fastest way to kind of show what's going on. So we start with 13 hand encumbrance. Bare naked. So we got negative modifiers right out of the gate, and then it's just going to add to that as we wear things. All right, let's get back to being a safe for work thing here. Put on all these crappy things. Oh yeah, wear the bandana. All right, so we're not going to deal with the starting NPC as tradition. I will deal with the NPCs at the refugee center only in so much as it'll point me in the direction of hopefully the Exodii. But we're going to be doing some just general stay alive and get the initial equipment stuff first. So what do we got? What do we got? We got spoons. We got rations. We don't need rations or anything. Emergency jacket. Oh, and a whistle. Yeah, well, maybe we'll take a whistle. Actually, I might need the jacket since I have no carry capacity at the moment. The basement. More protein. We are on half item drops on this one. Let's flip open some windows, get some light in this here place. All right. So we're far enough out, we shouldn't have any visiting zombies. Let's go ahead and check the basement. We do not have a flashlight. We have very little night vision. We do have a first aid kit. What you got, first aid kit? Adhesive bandages, gauze, antiseptic. All right, got the major stuff. Very little capacity. So let's see, how's this work now? We go there, we press that, and then we say I want that and that. That. All right. Go check the other one. Only 2 items. Uh-oh. Southwest direction. What you got? Oh, not bad. We got the antiseptic. So we're good on antiseptic now. We don't have to fear bite wounds. It's not usually anything else. There's a trash can up here. Nothing in it. I'm not going to check the whole rest of the place. Okay, we're down to the basics of that. Go ahead and check where the... That screen looks different. Is that screen different? Or am I crazy? I don't use these very often, so somebody tell me I'm not crazy. That's a different way of showing that info, right? Isn't it? Huh. Let's go to Contact Us. Refugee Center found. If you have any feedback. That's nice. Make note of the location. I don't remember having to do that before either. Alright, log off. What did we learn? What did we learn? How far is it? That's not too far. That's a pretty good location. We also found out where another pretty good sized city is. Okay, so on the map we've got the city to the southwest. We've got the fairly rare, I don't see these often nowadays, the fairly rare irradiation plant. If you're wondering, this is where you take the ID card, what is it called? Technical ID card? I forget what it's called, because I never care. But yeah, that one weird ID card that texts tend to drop. This is where you take it. And then we have a farmhouse. I might go to the farmhouse first. That'll be a fairly safe-ish location for us to visit before we head on into the city. It is daytime, so trip into the city is problematic. Now, we should be fairly combat capable as long as I stay maneuverable and keep the fights fairly low end. We're not super high strength, but with Aikido, 5 unarmed, and the bionic claws, which does work with Aikido. You can see here, it is a valid Aikido weapon, so we should be able to output some pretty good damage. We just got to be really careful with our super low hit point pool. So, if we do get hit, it'll be bad. But we now do have all of the techniques unlocked. So, we should have... How many blocks do we have? I think we have like 3 blocks, plus a lot of dodges with Aikido. It's very defensive style. So we should have a lot of blocks and dodges, as well as a fairly high... percentage chance, or fairly high numbers to succeed at those activities. It'd be nice to get, I think it's, what have we got, arm blocks? I think it's arm blocks. It'd be nice to get some hard arm guards or something. Yeah, it's arm blocks. So we need something on our arms to help us block without taking damage. So hard arm guards, there's other things we can craft. Yeah, but we have no other skills. So we got a few of the combat skills that came with the martial arts choice, but no ranged. Crafting, that's automatic. That came with the start as well from, I don't know what I picked that gave me survival. And then 5 healthcare. So we have nothing else. So we're starting from scratch on all the other parts. Alright, and there's kind of a recap of what our situation is. So now begins the adventure of Dr. Doogie Funkenstein. Time to start evaluating. I need to check a few things. So note here, 130 to move a space. I do not have parkour. I do not have any special move skills or abilities. Why are we deaf? Because we have the noise-canceling headgear on. It comes with the Bionic Monster start. I think it's because you don't like to hear your own squeaky noises. Because we've got those noise-causing bionics, squeaky ankles. So we don't like to hear our own ankles squeak. So we wear the, the noise-canceling headgear. That's why we're deaf, though. I don't particularly care in this environment. We're not likely to have anything occur that not hearing it coming would have been a problem. It will be more of an issue when I'm trying to creep around at night in town or something. So, but that's why. And then the bionic claws, if I remember right, it gets in the way of me holding anything when I have them activated. So I have to be a little careful there. It gets a little weird sometimes with the combination of things you're trying to do. When you've got the claws, you have to pop out to fight and then retract in order to carry items and that kind of stuff. No, I didn't take deaf. No, we didn't take it purposely. Just to have fun, not interacting with the NPCs. All right. So let's do some evaluations. Like I said, given this particular map start, I think I'm going to go visit the farmhouse first. It's the highest chance for me to get some free stuff with minimal danger. Once we've gone there, depending on if anything else new pops up on the map when we reach it, then we'll make other decisions. We're not going to the irradiation plant. There are turrets there and zombies and nothing that's really going to have a potential to help me much in the super early game. So first visit, nothing new shows up above it. Then we'll probably maybe do some stuff during the day to get some basic gear put together. Change out some of the stuff I've got, raise a few skills. Then we'll come down at night and creep around. I'm definitely not going near this town during the day. Now, we are in an advanced game world start. By that, I mean, if you look at the settings, we got the normal spawn rate, just the 1.0 zombie spawn rate. I didn't double it or anything like that. Half items, so there will be a bit of scarcity compared to the standard start. And we've got double speed evolution, so monsters will evolve at twice the normal speed. And we've also got 30 days of evolution already built in. We waited 30 days before starting. So basically about 60 days of evolution has already occurred because 30 days at double speed. So there's going to be some nasties out there that we don't want to deal with, but let's get moving. I don't want to fiddle with the stuff here in the shelter. I'm not going to go through the whole let's smash this and disassemble that and make these and so on. We're going to go find everything we need instead of doing that kind of thing. But let's jump out a window. All right, tough zombie. Tough zombie on the road. Just far enough away he can't see us. Let's keep it that way. I don't want to fight right now. Oh, he's coming right at us. What the hell? Why are you running this way, tough zombie? He supposedly can't see me, but he's booking. He's booking, coming at me. I'm in run mode, and we're barely staying ahead of him. One of those... Oh, he's going to catch me. I don't have enough stamina. He's going to get in... I don't understand this. This guy's weird. That's weird. It's just another one of those. I see it on occasion. I can't yet say that all the zombies are running in a particular direction, but every once in a while, we show during a live stream all the zombies running in a certain direction for no reason whatsoever. It's like the game world detonated a nuke somewhere, and they all heard it, and they're all running towards the nuke or something. Caught the scent? No. He's not even, is he in the scent cloud even now? No, he's not even close to the scent cloud now, and it'll be too low by the time he gets into it for him to even notice. He's just running the direction I planned to go. It would have been better if I had just curved back around and waited in the shelter for him to walk on by. So, at the current rate, yeah, he's coming due north now. That's just weird. He's down to 43. He can probably... I thought they could see me sooner than that. I guess we're going to end up fighting. Is there any... Let me work my way up into the grass here. But I can't outrun him. I don't want to... I can't do it. So, yeah, he's definitely got me now. See? See, now it says he can see me. That was just some total bullcrap. That was just some total bullcrap. Game's messing with me already. Alright, we're going to hide in the grass because it has a slightly higher move cost. That's why I moved here. Notice right there. Move cost 150. So he'll step into the grass. Cost him extra movement points to do so. I will be prepared and waiting. We'll slash him with the claws twice. Then I'm going to back off to another position where he'll have to step in the grass. And we'll go from there. Let's see. I do have the claws out. I'm not worried about taking anything off at this point. So, yeah, we'll just wait for him. Come get me, stupid tough zombie, with your really odd movement. Alright, there he is. Missed. And we punctured him for 24. We're now going to sprint to a new position. Oh. Do the same thing. Hit him for 21. Come on, there we go. How close is he? Oh, we're going to be a while. Alright, stop doing the damn diagonals. We are way slow. Our stamina being low means he can keep up to me. Can I get another swing in? Oh, he didn't quite go down. There we go. Alright, we managed to kill him without taking any damage. That's the really important part. Alright, did you bring me anything fun, like a backpack? No, you did not. A fitness band? I don't care about a fitness band. Alright, now that that oddity is over... So yeah, if you're wondering, this is the scent trail, or the scent map. I only bring it up for demonstration tutorial purposes. But the way it works is you're smelly. You make a scent. And as you stay in one spot, here I'll move, you can see the scent cloud trailing. It's right where I'm at. And then these numbers are getting smaller the longer I am away from there. And all zombies do is they have a threshold at which they can detect you. So it depends on the zombie type. Some smell... with more capability than others, but somebody told me long ago a basic zombie like the tough zombie needs a scent factor of about 10 in order to detect you. So it wouldn't detect me out on these edges, for example, but as soon as it had a number above 10, it would scent me, and then all it does is it follows the bigger numbers. So it would go 15, currently it would go that way from here, but you know, it just follows the bigger numbers. So it goes from 30 to 44 to 68 to 110 until it finds you. And that's how the scent tracking works. Not much you can do about it. There are some traits and CBMs that can mask it or dilute it. Otherwise, it takes serious gas. Not like a cigarette or cigar that used to work but doesn't work any longer. Don't bother. It takes like a gas bomb in order to mask your scent. And that's usually more problem than it's worth even attempting. But that's the scent system. You don't normally have access to it, but if you would like access, just go to your key bindings menu and type in scent, view scent map. Just put it on a hotkey. You too can pop it open and take a look at what how stinky you are and where your stink cloud is leading. All right, tutorial over. Let's keep moving. Safe mode. We'll just quick move with some safe mode. Moderate activity. I would like to point out once again that my morbidly obese XXXL character can sprint like there's no tomorrow, regardless of his size. This is not the good one. There's zombies in that there barn. I mean, technically it's both good and bad. There's a good possibility of equipment in the house. There's two lockers in the back of this little section here, the work shed, where we might get some fun tools. But there's zombies in the barn. So, does overweight hurt you? The absolute one and only way that the overweight, which is the morbidly obese weight category, and the category, I think it's 2 categories below it. I don't remember all the rankings. There's morbidly obese, obese. Is it just those 2 and then it goes to overweight? I don't remember. The one you want to be in is overweight. It has no negative effects whatsoever, and it gives you a surplus of calories with which to run CBMs and mutations The problem with the standard weight category is at a certain point, at about the 40% level of the standard weight category, you all of a sudden lose the capability to use CBMs and certain mutations, and you can't figure out why unless you know ahead of time that that's going to happen. So just always be overweight. That's the correct category. Now, when you go above that, each category above it, the one and only effect is your hidden health stat is capped at a certain bad or negative value. And the higher in those categories you get, the worse it gets. With morbidly obese, we are absolute rock bottom, flattened, capped at the worst health stat rate. It can't improve. It'll stay there until you lose the weight. So the consequences of that are slower healing rate, more susceptible to diseases like getting the cold and the flu. Those are pretty much the big ones. Your healing rate and the susceptibility to the cold and the flu stuff. So you just got to be aware of those. But lose the weight, and then the cap gets removed to a lower level, and then goes away entirely. That's it. Other than that, has absolutely no effect. Doesn't affect your speed, doesn't affect your movement rate, doesn't affect your ability to sprint, doesn't affect your ability to fight. That's why one of the things we're testing, I'm doing a lot of very tall, morbidly obese, very young characters, because it has a combination of beneficial things that give you essentially more endurance, more recovery rate, things like that. It's kind of weird and crazy. So I'm exploiting, abusing, demonstrating that whole process by playing these kinds of characters for a little bit. So yeah, we'll be a beast. We'll be a beast. No negatives other than the consequences for your health stat. Okay, let's hope nothing breaks out of the barn immediately, and we can have a moment to grab some stuff. First thing I want. First thing, oh, that's right. I forgot. We are not going to be able to hear things coming. I want clothing with more carry capacity. Duct tape. I mean, that's great, but if I can't carry any of this stuff, it's not helpful. And I can't dawdle here because they're going to break out of the barn, and I'm going to be in big trouble. Mittens. That's about it for the possibilities for something to carry things in. So even if there is a bunch of fun stuff in here, I'm not going to be able to take most of it. All right, sort category, sort category. So yeah, we got chicken, clam chowders, toastums. We got some food items. Not worried about that stuff right now. And some more aspirin. Wow, did we get robbed on stuff? That was a terrible draw. All right, we're going to go out north. Now, I can't hear if they're breaking out of the barn because we got these headphones on. I don't want to... Ah, see? They're already here. Crap. This guy's not good at running away. All right, we're going to play a little bit of peekaboo. Close that. What did we get? Scissors and a rake. This farm is terrible. This is a terrible, terrible farm. This is one of the worst I've seen, even on a half item drop rate. That's bad. That's bad. Okay. We'll roll with it. So yeah, this was a really bad draw. Usually it's much better than this. The only other opportunity is inside the barn on this corner. There are once again 3 lockers. It's either 2 or 3 lockers. I forget. But you got stuff in the barn you'd have to deal with. From a risk versus rewards standpoint, it's not going to be worth it to me. There's already a hole in one of the windows. Other stuff's going to come out of the barn, and it could be really bad for me. So we're going to try... Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Yeah, that's not good. Why am I able to see those guys? What just fell down that I'm able to see these guys? The walls are still here. Why am I seeing these guys? And more importantly, why are they seeing me? Is one of the walls broke? Really? Oh, broken wood wall. Wood wall, broken wood wall, wood wall. All right, so that one right there. The exact one that they needed to break. Number of planks are missing. It's going to need quite a bit of work to repair this wall. Huh, did they break it? Or did they must have broke it. All right. Yeah, so Slavering Biter. There's a fun upgraded zombie. That one will tear me up pretty easily. And, you know, Shrieker Zombie's no fun. So, the chase is on. And the tough part is, I got nothing nearby. It's all open country. So, I've got to evade these long enough for me to get like 50 spaces away. That's going to be tough to do. Or I got to kill some stuff. Huh. Yeah, this is where things can go really bad really fast. So, The classic newbie mistake is to just run out into a field, run out of stamina, and then they catch him and you die. That's what you're trying to avoid. So the key here is I've got to break line of sight in such a way that I can get a lot of distance between me and them, or find something else that will distract them. An animal that they'll go after, something like that. Problem is, the animal part is going to be total luck. I don't have a lot of choices. Going out west is really my only option. So I'm going to go out the front door. We're going to hope they spend a few more turns banging here, trying to get to the last position they saw me, that nothing's come out from this side. So I'll pop this door open. We're going to go out. I may just continue sidle around and then go out this way. They'll come to here. They'll have a few fences to go through. I might go up this direction. We'll see. We'll play it by ear. Just going to depend on how things turn out. We're going to turn off run mode for the moment. Alright. Oh, crap. They're through already. Okay, that's bad. Now we are going to go into the house. Because they're going to come through the... Slavering Biter is going to come through that door pretty quick. We're going to go this way into the house to get another door between me and them. Out the window. Unfortunately, we had the child zombie out here earlier. If I go out this way, I might catch attention. I think I'm still going to try to aim for... I got to pick a window of vision, an angle that's going to minimize my exposure to this side and to... These guys are going to come down and follow my scent trail. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be able to get enough distance. We're going to end up fighting in a field somewhere, I think. Let's find out. Got lucky so far. They didn't manage to get out of the barn or out of the shed. If I can get enough distance, we might pull it off. I definitely got to scoot. Let's see. Through the fence or duck down a few spaces, because they are... I don't know. If I get out to about here, they might spot me. I'd much rather go out about this way, but I'm going to make noise. Plus my squeaky... Let's go out this way and really hope. So notice the angle being cut down. That's what I'm talking about. It's the viewing angles. I'm trying to use the structure to keep the viewing angle as obstructed as possible from the directions and angles that I think the zombies are going to move. And this is where it's going to be problematic. I got near full bar stamina. Depending on how far I get before I'm detected, it's slightly possible I can kick on the speed, sprint away, and get far enough where they lose track of me. So we'll find out how lucky I get. Oh, that angle's getting so narrow on the front door. We're still undetected. Now my chance or my choice is, if I think the front might still be clear, they're hanging out in here or even in here. If I can cut down and get this building in the way, then sprint straight away. See if we get lucky. And that angle is narrowing something fierce. I can't really... It's hard for me to express how important this kind of thing is. This kind of thing is what will save you quite often. Just understanding lines of sight, blocking lines of sight, how to maneuver in such a way to minimize the chances that you're going to get spotted from the enemies that you know about. That kind of stuff, it's kind of hard to get across just how important tactically that kind of thing is. Because I'm not kidding. It would have been me running into a field and dying if I'd gotten spotted earlier. And we're still not home free. If I get out of this without a fight, it'll be down to sound tactics of movement and viewing angles. The further I get, the narrower these angles are going to get. We can't get this one much narrower. I'm tempted to move north slightly and then just keep moving away. If I cut south, I'm going to completely expose myself to the rest of this angle without, I think, much effect. And I can adjust slightly to get them to brush into these fences if I do get spotted. So I want as many options as I can get. Let's turn safe mode back on so it'll stop me if I don't notice something seeing me. I think I am. The front is clear, so I am going to open this angle up. Alright, we're going to switch to sprint mode. Now it's mostly important... Alright, now I'm being able to use this to block that front, so I want to get rid of this lighted area. Cool! I think we're out of here safely without a single thing spotting me. Okay, and the scent trail will peter out. They're off my trail at this point. You can see the numbers are down to single digits already, even back this far. Okay. Well, that was exciting. All right, so we gained what? We gained some duct tape. Did I get anything else? I think I got duct tape. That was the one and only thing we got from that trip. We learned not much. Nothing new showed up on the map that is of interest. So, now what? Another road going out past it. No guarantee that goes anywhere useful. We could come back down south and try to work our way into the woods and into the back of a house. So, kind of this area. I'd probably come down like this way and then cut into the woods. I want to minimize my time in the woods because, you know, there can be scary things in there. You know, bunny rabbits and squirrels and stuff. They're vicious. So we could try to work our way in a daring daylight raid. Other than that, it's a long walk to anywhere. We got some road extensions out here that might be short and go to a POI that we could find useful, but that's a lot of traveling. I got time. I was really hoping to wait until nightfall before we went into a big town. Empty residential lots not helpful. We could come down this way and just try to get some more of the map exposed out this side of this little town area. See what options we have. Really have no interest in the irradiation plant. Or we could just hike down the road looking for a vehicle. Luck across a fully functional APC with a full belt of 50 cal ammo. It could happen. The owlbears. Yeah, the owlbears are cool. I think I only died once to owlbears in Magicalism. I didn't really have many problems with the new flora and fauna that were added by Magicalism. Not too often, anyway. No more so than all the crazy animals we have in the standard game now. It was different back before we had all the woodland whites and all the acid brute variants of all the animals. I don't know. I'm kind of torn here. I think there's two choices. Let's get some feedback from the audience. The two choices I am trying to decide from are south into the forest and try to check out some houses in the daylight, fairly high danger level, or just kind of follow the road, going long around the irradiation plant, but follow the road hoping for a vehicle, and then come out and kind of investigate these sites out here. POIs are going to be much easier for me to deal with in large part than trying to go into a city. Hit the road, troll for a car, houses. Yeah, well, you know. Trolling back through chat here. You're in River Hell game in your game right now. You have my condolences. Having recently visited River World. Oh my god, that was bad. Hide in the nearest sewer. We'd have no way of getting in. I know what you're trying to do, though. I know what you're trying to do. That's that get Vorm killed kind of advice. Wasps! Well, that didn't take long. Hey, look, guys, it's wasps. Oh, jeez. So many wasps. Did they ever actually make changes to the wasps? I had seen comments that the person that put them in was going to revisit them and change something about them, but I don't know if that ever happened or not. Oh, there's a vehicle. There's a vehicle. Oh, it's on the outside edge of the plant. All right. Skeletal wolf near my vehicle. Damn it. All right, let's do a remote check. So, if you're not aware, if you're a newer player, you can check almost everything about vehicles remotely to determine whether or not they work before you approach them. So this is a perfect circumstance of why you might want to do this, because we have something really bad right here. This would mess me up. And it's going to be within sight of the vehicle. So I want to know whether I need to risk my life to get to this vehicle. Well, I can check certain things to cross them off the list. So thing number 1, does it have wheels? The answer is no. So we don't need to go near this vehicle. Checklist number 1 complete. I'm done looking. So that's what you check. Check for wheels. That's probably the most common thing to be broken. I don't know why all the wheels in the world exploded when the Cataclysm occurred. Apparently the blob likes to eat tires because it's like 85% of the wheels in the world all exploded at the same time in the Cataclysm. Anybody got an explanation for all these exploded wheels and all these vehicles that are just, you know, parked all over? I'm not aware of any. Gameplay reasons. So yeah, no wheels. But that's the first thing. Next thing you check is the driver's seat. You check for security system. This was a good condition. You want a broken security system, or no security system. So we had that here. So that was a good point. That's another check passed. We failed the tire check, but we passed the security system check. Does it have a chair? Does it have the dashboard and control, or the controls? I think you can get away without the dashboard, but you need controls and you need a chair. As long as you got the controls in the chair, it's otherwise passes this particular check. So we're good there. Next up, does it have gas? Usually you control around and look for the gas tanks here. So we got a vehicle tank, but it doesn't show any gas in the tank. I think this vehicle is only going to have 1 tank. So there's no... Oh, it's a hybrid. So it's a gas electric. So as long as it has battery power, you could still drive it. So the gas check is a little tricky now with hybrid cars. Then you check the engine. So we've got a faulty engine. That's the thing you can't check. There's 2 things you can't check. You can't check what specific faults an engine has. Just because it says faulty does not mean you cannot drive it. There are some faults that all it does is either make more noise or have worse gas efficiency, things like that, but it doesn't prevent the actual use of the vehicle. So don't assume if it says faulty that you can't drive it. You got to know specifically what faults it has. And then finally, you can't check the charge of the battery remotely. Those are the only 2 things you can't verify from a distance. You can't verify which faults the engine has, if any, and you can't verify battery charge. You can guess depending on circumstances and conditions, but that's pretty much it. You can check everything else remotely to see if it's a car that you might be able to drive. So we failed the first test, though. Always check the tires first. That's usually the thing that's going to get you. All right, so we got wasps, we got skeletal wolves. I need to go long around the skeletal wolf and the wasps. Is that another wasp nest? God damn it. Fucking wasps. I'm going to start using bad language about these goddamn things. I'm sick and tired of them. That's 2 wasp nests. Look at that. Look at that. It's so bad. I mean, they're in basements, they're in radio towers, they're around houses, they're scattered all over the goddamn wilderness, and they're all giant-sized super wasps that just spontaneously erupted into the world on the Cataclysm. God, I hate wasps. I hate how many of them are in the world, and I hate their abilities. They're stupidly overpowered for such a simple type of a creature. Too many advantages. I don't mind strong things, but there shouldn't be strong things with all of the combat advantages. And they're all over the world randomly. Right from the first day. It's not even an evolution thing. I mean, day 1, you roll into the world, you got no tires, and you got wasps every goddamn where. Alright. That's the wasp rant. It's out of the way. Get back to gameplay. No backpack? Come on, corpse of a human. Give me backpack. Let's see. So, all right, what am I looking at now? Oh, we got a grave. Maybe we got one of those graves. I don't remember all the only one I remember is I only remember 1. What do you say, sign? I will always remember you. That's not the one I remember, so I don't know what that grave has. And a zombie dog. So now we got a couple of things blocking my westward travel.